Hi, I'm Jennifer from Natureworks. I am here today because we are in full swing holiday season at Natureworks, and we have all of these lovely greens in these baskets here. And just in case you're curious and don't know, you may want to see what it is that we do with these. So today I'm going to show you how you can go from one of these that you may still have around if you haven't gotten to it like I have, pot full of yucky dead annuals that are ready to go, and we're going to put something beautiful for the holidays inside this pot without much work at all. So come on, follow me. First things first, gotta go. We don't want to look at that anymore. You don't even have to change the soil or put anything else in the pot if it's already full. If this pot were terracotta or ceramic or something that freezing and thawing of the soil might crack in the winter, then I would suggest you just grab a lovely free pot that you've saved to recycle from a plant that you bought. Use this instead of this and just drop it in to your empty ceramic or terracotta pot after you've emptied it. And that way you will save that pot, still enjoy looking at it in the winter, and it will survive. Always an option. So in here, the soil's already fairly firm. If you were starting empty in fresh soil, just give it a bit firm. Don't have to stomp on it. We want to be able to put some things in there, but we want them to be held up as well. So, pretty simple. You can't really make a mistake. We're going to use, I like 3 different kinds of greens. We want something that's kind of nice and bushy to be a filler, and we're just going to cut it. This is a lovely fir, and we're going to give some bulk right off the bat, because we don't want it to look sparse. We want it to be nice and full and beautiful. And it's a good idea, depending on where you're going to put your pot, to be sort of turning it as you go, looking at what it looks like from all sides. If it's going to be against a wall, you don't have to do that. You can just do it from one side, the side you're going to be seeing it as, and then it has a back side. And it's, a little easier not to have to worry about that side. But we still want it to be quite nice and full. The pot height, you want it to be usually at least 1.5 times taller for scale. It gives you some nice balance that way. And so we've got a good amount of this fir. We can always add a little more later. You can decide if you want it to be more upright or how wide you would like it. It's entirely up to you. Sometimes it's whatever it comes out to be. I'm going to add in some of this arborvitae just for another texture, because it's a very different needle leaf. This is actually a scaled evergreen, and that has a very pretty sort of flowing and adds a little movement. It's also a lighter green color, so you get a mixture of different shades. So I'm just cutting it with enough on the bottom. You want a little bit of a clear stem so that you're not trying to shove a whole bunch of leaves and needles into the soil as well. You want a nice clean. I'm going to put some of the extras, the smaller ones, around the side, and that's not looking too bad. At this point, while you still have some room in there, you can decide if you want to see something tall in there and use some sticks. You could also use curly willow, which we love, for a little bit of whimsy. That looks good too. Gives you a little height but not too much bulk up top. I'm going to stick with the greens, I think, for now, and I think I want to use a little bit of this white pine, because that also gives a nice linear sort of movement to the pot. And again, just checking how long of a stem I need to get it to about the right place. That's giving me the height I want. Let's use one more over here. I'm going to keep turning it. And as you go, you may sort of get a sense of which side might be the front. Because if you want to put a bow on it later, there could be one side that sort of looks like it wants it. So that's a lot of greens. And you can keep going and filling till you think it looks exactly right. But meanwhile, then you just get to the fun part. And we have a lot of fun picks, which are my favorite this year, on nice long sticks. So you can start to put in, we have multiple cones, we have all sorts of different kinds of ornaments, snowflakes, you name it. And that's where you just get to play and do what looks good to your eye. You top it off with a bow when you're done, and you have a beautiful porch pot, or more than one if you were ambitious.
That looks awesome.
Thanks for watching.
I'm just going to show a couple of the other ones you made, if that's okay.
Not a problem.
Jen is awesome. She's doing a great
fun.
job with these. They all look different. This one's in a short basket. This one down here. I love this ribbon she put on this one. And this is a drop-in pot because it's just in a green plastic pot that you would just drop into some pretty pot on your front porch. Or it actually looks good like that, really. And then there's a couple more over here. This one is another bucket like she did. Look how nice they are. So these look great on a front porch along with your wreath. And stop by into Natureworks. We are open Tuesday. No, when are we open? Wednesday through Saturday from 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. Thanks, Jen.
See you soon.